Hi guys, I hope you're all well and you're having a good week so far. So yesterday I didn't post because I haven't been feeling too well at the moment and I needed to actually take some time to rest and recover. So first off, I just wanted to kind of give a whole roundup. This week of my CRPS Awareness Challenge, I've been talking about the time where it's just before your diagnosis and just after your diagnosis, and you are starting to learn and um, and you're starting to understand how dynamics in each part of your life must change. And so far, I've spoken about friends and family and the need to build self reassurance and self love. And yeah, so today, what I'd really like to focus on is doctors and treatments and pretty much every single option that goes with that. And it is a really complicated one because there are so many options. But it's also complicated because no two CRPS cases are the same. Um, and that actually can be said for any chronic pain, really. So, what I'm about to share with you is more is to serve you with a guideline about how to structure your treatment plan for optimal um, results, because CRPS is a rare condition and not many people know about it, including doctors. So, besides the fact that it takes a very long time to diagnose us, once we get to that doctor's room, we get told that there is no cure, that they don't know why we got CRPS, and that there are treatment options, but nothing is guaranteed to work. And we have to go by process of elimination to see what can help us. Now, for anyone who's been suffering for a long time and looking to find some kind of relief, this is a very frustrating moment. The medical approach we take to recovery needs to be more than just a one-on-one relationship with the first chronic pain specialist that you find. For the most part, this is something that you will have to look after for your whole life. And if this is something that requires that amount of attention, you deserve a proper treatment infrastructure in place so that you can work at improving your state of health every day, every week, every month, every year. This is the most important thing that you need to do for yourself so that you don't get pulled into what I like to call the sea of endless professionals. And that is a period after your diagnosis where you see so many doctors for so many different things just to see if something will work. Being overwhelmed with doctors is just as bad as only being given the option to have one. So take the time to ask yourself, does the doctor I currently have fulfill my needs? Once you feel as if you've gotten the first part of your care plan together, now it's time to build on what I like to call your cycle of care. Okay, so yes, medication, treatment, surgeries are important, and we do need to see how they can help us. But our illness extends beyond that. And we need to make sure that we fulfill all the different areas of our lives and our health that are being affected by this condition if we want to see sustainable results going forward. So I put together a cycle of care which comprises of the 5 different elements I believe are most important in any CRPS patient's treatment plan. and I'm going to share it with you. Now, the most important thing here to understand is that this cycle of care forms the skeleton of what then you will choose falls within it. So if we look at your overall cycle of care, the first thing we've got to understand is that you are at the center of it. Okay, everything that needs to happen has to go through you first. You are the one who's in charge of your body. You are the one who's in charge of your health. And you need to be the one who manages the main dynamic. The second part of that is finding a good medical doctor or professional. Okay, this is not easy. I know I'm not here to make it sound easy. I know it's not easy, but it is possible, and you're only going to stand a chance to find one if you put it out there that you're not going to settle. And once you've found a doctor you're comfortable with, they'll give you a display of options from medication and to treatments to finally surgeries. Once you've started to get your basic medical routine in place, then it's time to start looking at your mental health as well. And as you've seen from my previous blogs, I really do feel that a mental health care professional is important. By finding a good mental health care professional, you'll start to learn empowering techniques for pain management. And that usually encompasses some kind of mindfulness and meditation, or just basic emotional control. Once you've looked at the medical side and the mental side, the third aspect to pain management is looking after your body physically. Okay, so having a good OT, hydrotherapist, or physio who specializes in pain management, specifically chronic pain management, you're already in good hands. It is known that through basic movement, muscle use, keeping your circulation going, all these things help with pain management. And doing it in a safe and controlled environment is your best bet to getting it right. And from there, once you've now looked at the medical, the mental, and the physical, the fourth component to the cycle, in my opinion, is to receive daily guidance. You're dealing with pain every minute of every day, and that doesn't stop. So having someone who you can rely on to speak to daily, or receive mentorship from on a daily basis, is really important to keep you in a positive, productive, and proactive mindset. And I do feel that this is a very important part of pain management that we all need to encompass into our lives in some way or another. And the final part of my cycle of care has to be your primary caregiver or caregivers. For most people who have chronic pain or CRPS, there's a certain amount of interdependence we form with our family or a loved one, so that we can look after ourselves better, because there's only so much that we can do for ourselves. And they are a crucial part of the cycle because they help keep it together when we need a break, because things get tiring. In each one of these aspects of the cycle I've described, there are a number of possibilities of things you could do that could help you. And there are also a number of things that may not be able to help you. And until you start trying and testing them, you won't know what works for you. But what you can rely on is your primary caregiver or a primary caregiver to support you as you start this journey. By putting a good infrastructure in place, you are already 5 steps ahead of everyone else who's just been diagnosed, because it'll help you feel more emotionally secure, more mentally prepared for what's ahead of you, and more empowered to know where to go next. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. And if you are someone who has been suffering from chronic pain or CRPS for a long time, and you've taken a look at my cycle of care, I would really appreciate your comments and your thoughts about um, what I've put together and what you feel has been really helpful for you moving forward. We all have different stories and different things that have helped us, and it's always nice to know what others are doing, because the minute you stop learning, that's when you stop growing. I hope you all have a lovely evening and take care. Tomorrow I'll be doing day 7 of my CRPS Awareness Challenge, where I will be focusing on self-care and acceptance, which is really, really important to look at before moving forward with your condition. I hope you all have a lovely night, and I look forward to hearing from you. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. Thanks, guys. Good night.